Shalom, all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, where I learned this truth from. Much respect to the brothers that are out there preaching and teaching the truth worldwide across the four corners of the earth, risking their lives and freedom for this truth. Peace and salutations to the hopeful elect, the house of David, and the Akim and Akwaf that might be listening to this lesson on today. This is your brother Abad Yabah, coming through with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And the title of my lesson is Staying Strong During These Times. Now, staying strong, the definition of it is showing resilience, courage, and perseverance through difficult physical, mental, or emotional challenges, refusing to give up, and continuing to move forward despite adversity, often involving self-reliance, but also the wisdom to seek support. Now, we in this truth, we know we have to stay strong during these times because the times that we're in are very difficult if you don't have the faith, if you don't have the belief, if you don't have the trust that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is going to do what he said. There's so much going on. We know what's going on in Venezuela. We know things are happening in Greenland. We know that there's things happening with inflation. We know that there's things just going on with the food, with the famine of the word and food soon come. There's a multitude of things happening, so we know that we're close, that Yahushua is close, that our basically freedom from this captivity is close. So with that, we have to stay strong. We have to push forward through this as if we were in a race and this is the final leg of that race. We see the finish line. We know that it's there. We just have to make it through. We have to push forward. We have to stay strong, and we cannot let the things of this world, the distraction of this world, the things that are coming against us to stop, block, and hinder us from even doing our reasonable service, to do videos, to have the mindset to be on the highways and byways. All of those things are coming now in full force because Esau knows that he has but a short time left. So we have to stand strong, and we have to make sure that we stay strong and make it through the finish line, because we want to see this place destroyed. We want to see the efforts that we put forth to be fulfilled. So we have to stay strong. We cannot fold now. We cannot fall out. We cannot give up. So with that being said, I'm going to go through some scriptures, and I'm just going to do my best through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua to bring forth some edification in this. And without further ado, my first scripture is John 16:33, and this is Yahweh Shai speaking. It says, "These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation, but be of good cheer. I have overcome the world." And Yahweh Shai is basically telling you that you're going to have tribulation, but in him, you're going to have peace. And that's why we have to be stayed upon this word. We have to continue to study. We have to continue to desire the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and continue to do this work. Keep a hand on the plow and not look back, because in that we'll find peace. Because this world is going to do what it's been purposed to do. And we got to do what we're purposed to do. And in efforts for us to do what we have to do, we have to stay strong. We have to stay strong in our faith. We have to stay strong in our works, and we have to stay strong in our desire, in our motivation and passion for this truth. Because without that, what do we have? We will fall out, and we'll be part of this captivity, part of this, thing that this world holds against people to have them to be part of the basically the matrix, just going about being mindless, being spiritless, and just doing what the multitude is doing. We don't want to do that. We want to follow the narrow path of righteousness and continue on that path until we're out of here. Uh, in Acts 5:29, it reads, it says, Then Peter and the other apostles answered and said, We ought to obey Yahweh rather than men. So we're not trying to follow what the men of this world are doing and saying at this point. And when I say that, I'm not saying for us to break laws. I'm not saying for us to be rebels. I'm saying that we have laws, statutes, and commandments that we should follow that are guidelines to our salvation in the Bible. Following man is not gonna get us there. We got to follow what Yahweh Shem Yahushua left for us through Yahweh Shai as the blueprint for us to get our salvation, to get up out of this place. Man cannot save us. Only Yahweh Shem Yahushua can get us to the point to where we're desiring to go and where our spirit is being led to by the Spirit, you know. So we got to continue to push forward, and we can't let no one get us off track. We can't let things of this world get us off track. You know, man is going to say plenty of things, but we are led by the Spirit, and the Spirit being upon the prophets of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, which are telling us the right things to do, but the men in this world, you know, are telling us to do things contrary to that. The men of the Lord, the prophets, are being led by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. He speaks through them, but the men in this world, they're speaking of things through their flesh. So we have to follow Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and He's put men on this earth. You know, not just regular men, not just men that's just doing things that you know don't have anything but the consequence of death, but the men of the Lord that is trying to put us and keep us on the right path into our salvation. So we have to follow that, what Yahweh Shem Yahushua set forth to us through the men of the Lord. And if He's given you the Spirit to teach, which, you know, He's blessed me to be able to teach, you know, so I have to be mindful of that and continue to preach and teach this word and feed the flock, as, you know, Yahweh Shai had put forth to Peter. You know, we have to feed the flock. That's part of our reasonable service, and we have to continue to do that and stand strong in these times. Because, like I said, there's going to be a multiple amount of things that's going to try to distract us, going to try to move our attention. But we have to focus on Yahweh Shem Yahushua and stand strong in doing that. Ephesians 6:12 is a perfect scripture to be segued into, and it reads, it says, For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So, as we know, we're going to have people that are close to us. We're going to have family members. We're going to have people that we work with. We're going to have people just off the street that we got to be mindful of, not just in a physical form, but because of the things that are going to be jumping upon them to make them do particular things. We can look at a couple of situations to where Satan intervened and possessed, you know, Judas. He even possessed Peter to where, you know, Peter had to denounce Yahweh Shai in order for him to stay alive. But there was a possession in that to where now you understand you don't have free will. So you can't let that door be open. You have to stay strong. You have to stay strong in the faith. You have to stay strong in the word. And you have to stay strong in the understanding that you leave a door open, then you allow something to creep in. So therefore, you can't be distracted by the things of this world. You can't let this world keep you off balance. Because Yahweh Shem Yahushua says, you know, a false balance is abomination. So we have to be balanced in this truth. We have to make sure that our mindset is to stay up on this word, stay up on this truth, and have a desire, have a passion for it, and be on fire for Yahweh Shem Yahushua, because He said in His word, He said, You know, he prefer you to be hot or cold, because if you're lukewarm, he'll spew you out of his mouth. So we don't want to be part of that lukewarm uh, uh, portion of people. We want to be on fire, because we need Yahweh Shem Yahshua daily. We need him every second of the day. He created us, and he created us all for a purpose, and we want to serve that purpose. But we also want to be on those chariots when all hell breaks loose, and this kingdom is destroyed. Hebrews 11:1, and this is one we should all know by heart. And the reason says, now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. We have to have faith. We definitely have to have faith in order to stand strong, because we know that if we don't have faith in Yahweh Shem Yahshua, how can he deal with us? You know, you have to have faith in whatever you're doing in order for you to continue to do it, and do it to the best of your ability. And our faith, first and foremost, has to be in Yahweh Shem Yahshua. That's why we do this. That's why we are in the position that we are in. And we're all hopeful to be on those chairs. We're all hopeful to be up out of here soon. But we have to go through some things. And our faith is what's going to carry us. It's not going to be our own strength. We didn't make it here by our own strength. We made it here through faith. We made it here through fearing Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and we made it here through following the law, statutes, and commandments. We didn't make it here by anything that we ourselves have done or created. You know, so we have to have that understanding each and every day that we continue to be able to experience another day. Even the days are not promised to us. So if you open up your eyes, that's another blessing to be able to do the work, to be able to complete your task, and to be able to serve your purpose. So we shouldn't take these days lightly. We shouldn't take the time that we have lightly. Hebrews 11:6 backs up my point about faith. It said, but without faith is it impossible to please him. Him being Yahweh Shem Yahshua. For he that cometh to Yahweh must believe that he is, and that he is a rewarder of them that diligently seek him. So what is he rewarding us with? He's rewarding us with salvation. He's rewarding us with being immortal. He's rewarding us with new bodies. He's rewarding us by not being destroyed with this place. He's rewarding us by being judges and rulers. And he's rewarding us by putting us in a position of power. He's rewarding us by allowing us to be able to go through this and show us something that we've never seen before and never experienced. So we are seeking that reward. We're running this race for that reward. We're running this race to complete the task that Yahweh Shem Yahshua set before us. And we want to stand strong in it, and we want to stand strong daily, because we know that these times are difficult. We know that Esau is hell-bent on destroying us as a people, because he wants to be Yahweh Shem Yahshua, and he's serving his purpose. So we have to be mindful of what's going on, and we have to be mindful of the distractions right now and ahead of us, the stumbling blocks that are ahead of us. Because if it had not been for Yahweh Shem Yahshua, we don't know. We know where we will be. That's not even a question. We know where we will be if we didn't have this word, we didn't have this truth. So we have to continue to push forward, and we have to continue to stand strong while doing so. Romans 8:18 is my final scripture, and it reads, it says, for I reckon that the sufferings of this present time are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So what we are dealing with right now is not even going to be compared to what we're going to be able to live in, to be able to experience in the latter time. So we have to just push forward. We have to stay strong, and we have to continue to believe. We have to continue to trust in Yahweh Shem Yahshua and know that he has greater for us. So we're not trying to develop a kingdom in a temporary place and time. We are wanting something eternal, and we're desiring to be in a position where Yahweh Shem Yahushua is pleased with us on the daily, and we don't have to worry about going off anymore. We don't have to worry about the things of this world, paying bills and working on a job to where you're only able to pay bills and not able to do anything with your family, and you know, all of these things that are causing you to be bogged up with things that would cause you to be busy doing things that are not what you've been purposed to do. So we have to stay strong in the faith. We have to stay strong in our focus. We have to stay strong in everything that Yahweh Shem Yahushua has given us and blessed us with in order for us to make it. And as men, to protect our families, to lead our families, and to cover our families as best we can, because we don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. We just know right now we have work to do, and we don't know when Yahweh Shai is coming back, but we know it's soon. So I just pray that everybody that's listening that will view this lesson will just continue to stand strong. We have but a short time left, and Yahweh Shai will be here, and we'll be in our rightful place. But you have to stand strong, and stand strong right now while you have time to do what you're been purposed here to do. So with that being said, that's the conclusion of my lesson. And as always, I give all praise to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakadash. Until my next lesson, Shalom.